Now available from National Geographic Home Video.
Who's got the greatest kids' animal videos in the whole wide world?
Hey, gang, it's me, Spin, your whirling world wanderer, and National Geographic's Really Wild Animals.
Each video is jam-packed full of animal action, so hang on tight, because you're in for a really wild ride. Really Wild Animals. It's fun, it's new, it's won so many awards, even the critics are roaring. The New York Times says, awe-inspiring. Leonard Maltin asks, what could be better? And Parents Magazine calls Really Wild Animals incredible.
This is the life.
See for yourself. No one knows animals like National Geographic, and they've made Really Wild Animals more fun than a barrel full of orangutans. There's exciting animation, fantastic live-action photography, and outrageous music videos.
It's hound dog time.
Hey dog, I wish I knew why you do those dog things you do. Picking up anything you can chew. Hey dog.
So stop monkeying around and get ready for National Geographic's Really Wild Animals. Kids videos that have the whole world running wild.
Spin you later.
A beautiful hunter, an ugly beast. On the unforgiving African savanna, both must find a way to survive. The lessons will be hard, and some will fall victim to the savage night. But when dawn breaks, leopard and warthog will continue their quest for life in an untamed land. National Geographic reveals the incredible images and stirring moments of Beauty and the Beasts, a leopard story.
And now, our feature presentation.
Mirages summon up strange liquid illusions here on a vast dry lake bed that has been called the place of dry water. This is a region named Etosha in southwestern Africa. For most of the year it may go without a drop of rain. And in these times, Etosha's water holes become like open-air stages. Here, as perhaps nowhere else, the wildlife of Africa may be intimately observed. Much of the Etosha region is grassy plain and bushland, and in its center lies the Etosha Pan, a vast lake bed which is totally dry for most of the year. Some 2,000 square miles in area, this great expanse of clay is one of the most barren landscapes on Earth. This is a place of illusion and paradox, because here in Namibia, southwestern Africa, the Etosha Pan is surrounded by one of the most spectacular displays of wildlife remaining on the continent. For underground reservoirs feed permanent water holes along the edge of the pan and on the plains beyond, sustaining great numbers of animals the year round. Our year in Etosha begins as the long dry season comes to an end. The pan is baked and windswept, and a dusty haze fills the air. But at last, one day, great clouds and shafts of cooling rain sweep across the plains. Water begins to fill the pan, flowing into this natural depression from all directions. The pan is now a vast, shallow lake, 50 miles across, but barely 2 feet deep. Rising water soaks the grassy plains along the edges of the pan. A blaze of fresh color sweeps over the plains of Etosha. Many animals find sufficient moisture in the succulent new growth they're feasting on. Playing and foraging, but ever alert, ground squirrels rarely stray far from the safety of their burrows. Like most animals here, the squirrels have their young in this bountiful rainy season. All across the plains, newborn animals are first tasting life. Easy targets for predators, many will not live more than a few days. The zebra mother places herself between the cheetahs and her foal, making good its escape. The cheetah mother has 4 large cubs to feed. They're almost a year old, but not yet skilled enough to hunt on their own. An elusive animal of which little is known, a bat-eared fox tends her cubs. She collects insects for them to eat and keeps their fur clean by constant grooming. Her large, sensitive ears enable the fox to detect even the faint sounds made by insects underground. This time, she's found only a few termites. Although considered the fastest running animal, cheetah are hard-pressed to catch the swift springbuck. Cheetahs are often frustrated unless they can gain the advantage of surprise. In this year of heavy rain and an abundant food supply, pelicans have come to nest on an island in the flooded pan. Here, their clumsy black chicks are safe from predators. Leaving the chicks, the adult pelicans often travel great distances to the nearest fishing grounds. The pelicans join other birds in pursuit of catfish. The catfish have grown almost too big for this sacred ibis. Newly hatched dab chick ride along on their mother's back when she leaves the nest. As the male dives for food, the dab chick mother tends her young and the unhatched eggs, which she carefully covers over when she's away from the nest. Now she shades the eggs and fans them vigorously, guarding against the hot sun. The rains have ended now, and pools along the edges of the pan are fast evaporating. By the thousands, young bullfrogs emerge from the water. They have voracious appetites and eat everything in sight. Through the rains, most animals of Etosha enjoyed a bountiful time. Strengthened and renewed, they are now prepared for the long, harsh season that lies ahead. Daily, it's growing drier. The pan becomes a mire of soggy clay and then hardens under the harsh Etosha sun. The great herds that have flourished here on their breeding grounds now move on in search of fresh grazing. Probably such migrations have continued for thousands of years, triggered by the onset of the long dry season. Some herds will travel 100 miles and more. They must follow trails leading from one waterhole to the next. And at the waterholes wait the predators. A zebra herd is halted in sight of water by two resting lions. The lions have recently fed, but they will see that nothing drinks here today. They're old companions and have hunted together for years. It would seem that nothing could come between them, except perhaps a lioness. It's mostly noise, and little damage is done. The victor has established his right to the lioness. The loser seems to accept his lot in life and is ill-prepared when a second lioness comes on the scene. After 3 dry months, the water holes become increasingly essential and perilous for the animals of Etosha. More and more often, and more urgently, they are impelled here to drink. Elephant are among the few animals that come fearlessly to water. These bull elephants normally keep to themselves, but occasionally they join up with a breeding herd of cows and calves like this one. When a very young calf is with the herd, even elephant can be edgy. This calf is probably less than 10 days old, and it seems the entire herd unites to protect it. Kudu are infinitely cautious when coming to drink. They are alert for the slightest scent or sound of danger. A powerful lioness in the prime of life is accompanied by her 3 cubs. The cubs are only about 4 months old and would be quite helpless on their own. They'll continue to rely on their mother for the next 2 years. It's growing hotter and drier by the day. Though always aware of danger, animals are drawn more frequently to the water holes. starting even in the cool of early morning. They can probably smell the lioness, but they're also thirsty.